Alright everyone, welcome back to Reality Check. I'm your host Aiden Lennon, and today with me I got Noah Cherson and Brody Berrios.
Happy to be here.
Great to be here.
Alright, a couple of days into February, January flew by, I'm not gonna lie.
It went by fast.
Really fast, too fast.
2024, this is a massive year.
It's looking up. It's my year.
It's a big year.
Our year.
Our year.
Pompadour's year.
Our year.
And actually, this is the first year we can vote. That's crazy to think about.
Dude, we're 18. We
18.
can vote now.
And what's crazier than that is this might be one of the biggest presidential elections we've had in a long time.
It's a lot of pressure.
Maybe all
It's
time.
a lot of pressure.
It's the rematch.
Maybe all time.
It's a lot of pressure.
It is a lot of pressure. It's a lot of animosity, but we got a new generation of people coming in. Maybe we can fix it.
So, it's actually coming a lot sooner than expected. The polls are running in. I was listening to this New York Times podcast, and it's already saying Trump won Iowa.
Really?
So,
Wow, I need
It's
to catch
getting
up. I'm
hectic.
falling behind. I need to catch up.
so I'm not gonna lie. How do you feel about this?
How do I feel about him winning?
Just like
So far, at least.
because I don't know. I think it's gonna be really crazy.
I think Biden showed us what he can do in those 4 years, and the people that voted for him especially aren't as happy as they thought they would be. That's what I think, and I think Trump has a really big. He has a really big chance to take it off.
The evidence is there. We've seen Trump. We've seen Biden. We've already seen what they can do. They both had 4 years to show us what they can do. So it really just comes down to what the people think when they do their own evidence.
You got to keep in mind this year we have a whole new generation of voters. We have the 18-year-olds, the 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds
Gen
who
Z
who couldn't even vote in the last election.
Yeah.
Now we have like a whole new generation voting, and if I think right, I believe. I mean, it could go either way. I know so many young kids
Yeah.
who lean right, and then a whole new who lean left.
Because with these young kids, it really comes down to what they were taught, either in
Yeah.
school or by their parents. So it really just it depends on who you surround yourself with, and their values.
I mean, when you think about it, it could go either way because there's a whole new side of Gen Z who keep themselves informed,
Mm-hmm.
who know what they're talking about, and then kids who just want to go to vote.
Mm-hmm. I would say at least most of Gen Z is on social media, and with social media nowadays, it's too easy to promote yourself. You can put so much content out there, and because all we do is watch that content, so it's too easy to promote yourself nowadays. So it's really going to come down to I think Trump and Biden's values and what they promote about themselves on media.
Okay.
I don't even know if it's about that. I don't think it's how. I think we're past values, especially with people like Trump, and I guess what we can see from Biden. I don't think Biden has very many values, and I think Trump has too many very blatantly out there rude values, which I don't think we have very good candidates in general right now, but we got to work with what we got. And I feel like it's not even down to that anymore. I think people are just tired of all the BS, all of the noise. They just want it to be over with.
That's another
They just
thing
want-
with young voters and motivation to vote.
Mhm.
If they don't like Trump or Biden, they're not gonna.
They could care less.
They're not gonna vote at all. They might not relate to either of the candidates, and they might not have the motivation to vote at all. You're losing voters there.
I definitely
It's
think-
easier not to vote than to
Yeah.
vote.
I definitely think these people, they've been in politics for 8 years now.
Mhm.
When you think about Trump,
They've
when he
been in
first
politics
won,
a lot longer. They've been in the office and in the.
he ran in
what is
2016 and won. And Biden, he's been vice president. So we've seen these two guys for like the past decade, and I think, we
Past
just
decade.
want new people. We want
Mhm.
to see new leaders step up and represent our country.
We
But
want-
When you said young, I thought that's what we need. Somebody to relate to us.
Mhm.
We need someone that we can relate to with our own values.
Yeah.
So I think that's important to have somebody new.
We need someone who understands growing up on social media, growing up with all these devices and things in our faces, and this new world.
Yeah.
The world is completely different than how it was in the 90s.
Mhm.
Our parents our childhoods and our parents' childhoods are almost incomparable with the things we've had to experience. We barely got the period of our life where we can ride around on bikes and hang out at our friend's house
Mhm.
like that, turning into like these kids on their iPads all the time at the mall. Like I see little kids walking around with their moms on their iPads, like on their phones and stuff like that. It's crazy.
I mean, that's the thing. When you have big personalities like Trump and Biden, who have been in for such a long time, they kind of put a new face to politics so that when these younger kids are now growing up, that's all they know.
And it's hard to compete with those two big guys because
yeah.
that's all the media pushes is Trump and Biden. So it's hard to fit somebody new into the rotation because all we've been fed for the last 8 years is Trump, Biden.
That's why
Trump,
these
Biden.
younger kids keep dropping out of the race because
Yeah.
they just can't handle it. All right, so as someone who, you're 18 now, you can actually vote if it was today. How do you think you're going to go in the election?
Well, you know what? I'm not going to vote at all because me personally, I don't know enough about the election. I don't know enough about politics. I don't know enough about either side. And I'm going to partially blame the school system for this because I don't know. I don't know enough about it.
I've never learned where to go to vote. I've never learned, it's just not something that they push. Same with a
Yeah.
lot of the stuff that we will need to know as we grow up and become our own people in our adult lives and all that. It's just,
This could just be me, but I don't know where to vote. I don't know how to vote. I've never done it before. No one's ever taught me how. No one showed me what a ballot looks like. So I don't know what I'm going to do when I get up there. I don't know what I'm doing.
yeah. For me, I'll probably end up voting. I'll figure it out. But I'm just going to take what I've seen and make my own decision with that.
Personally, I'm kind of excited and nervous at the same time, November's coming up real quickly, so I think now between then, it gives me time to learn some of their policies, see who's really strong in the race and what they stand for. But as of right now, that's all we have on Reality Check. Noah, Brody, thank you so much for
Thank you for
coming
coming.
on
Of course,
here.
thank you for asking us to come on.
It was a lot of fun.
We had fun.
It's fun being able to do these chats with no filters and just being able to speak what's on our mind.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, and deuces.